Shalom, shalom. First off, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Father, Yahweh Shai being named for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, Natasha's truth and will, and salutations to you, hopeful equity, truth and honesty, sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh which you know, listen to the spirit power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is another in transit lesson through the spirit. Just want to speak on this topic of this weather. Okay, as you can see on my screen, this is here in the Kansas City area. Okay, you can see today is basically almost a high of 50, tomorrow 60, and Monday is going to be another high of 70, man. 70, and then they're talking about come next weekend, possibility of more snow. But here we are in the first week of February, and we're about to be getting another set of 70-degree temperatures. And they've been spraying chemtrails like crazy. As I'm driving right now, if you can see through my moonroof there's chemtrails in the sky right now as I speak. Those are not natural clouds. Okay, and Esau has been manipulating and playing with the weather for decades now, going all the way back to the 60s and 70s, I believe is when he first started, you know, getting in airplanes and going up there and spraying shit to try to manipulate the weather. I believe late 60s that started, early 70s. You know, and this is not normal for in February to have a temperature as high as 70. And we had temperatures as high as 70 even in December. You know, and even in January, we've had some extremely 60s, 70s temperature readings, man. And that goes for, that happens from him trying to manipulate the weather and control shit and spray stuff. And going from hot to cold, cold to hot too rapidly, it fucks with people's immune system, because your body has to regulate and adjust, you know, to the temperature change of you being comfortable. You know, and anytime you take something very hot and you immediately put it in the cold, it causes bacteria and viruses to multiply at an extremely fast rate. That's why they say when you get done cooking your food, you're supposed to let it cool off on the counter, get to room temperature, then you put it in the refrigerator. Okay, so Esau is taking that same concept and he's using it for people over here to fuck with him. So here it is, they got this this illness called X coming out, you know, disease, you know what, and with that rumor happening and some type of fungus is supposed to be coming out too, you know, they could very well be trying to manufacture another pandemic. Okay, so definitely take this time to take your herbs, your vitamin C, your fruits and vegetables, things like that. You know, stock up on that, eat those heavily to get your immune system up. Eat food that's high in zinc and iron and vitamin C. All right, get in the habit of taking some lemon juice and lemon water, and just 1 tablespoon every time you drink a glass of water or something. Just, you know, have you on deck. Always have one of those containers of lemon juice. Just measure a cap full and just dump it in there and drink it, man. Because Esau, this devil's up to something. We about to hit 70 degrees on Monday. That's insane. And here it is, a little over a week ago, a week and a half ago, it was sub-zero temperatures to the point that people died from how cold it was. And you see how now we're jumping all the way up to 70, and then it's going to go back down again. You know, scriptures talk about, you know, the Lord, when he returns, you know, he's going to destroy them which destroy the earth. and they're destroying the earth with this weather modification and manipulation. And at work, I was just having a conversation with this older lady, man. You know, and she was telling me about she's in her late 60s, and she's probably in her early 70s, late 60s. Could be a little bit older. But usually people up in age like that, they don't know about the stuff that, you know, brothers are speaking on, because they don't really be on social media like that. But this lady knew, man. She thought that I didn't know, so she was educating me. And then we start clicking. And I was talking to her like, yeah, you know, they've been doing this for decades. You know, I was telling her about HAARP. She's like, yeah, you know about all that. I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, a lot of people think I'm crazy when I talk about it. I was like, no, man, you ain't fucking crazy. And now everyday people, they realize it too, because the information is being spread on weather modification, what they've been doing. They came out with that movie a couple years ago called Geostorm. You know, and that showed you they had a whole chain of satellites and stuff set up. You know, and then at the drop of a dime, they basically weaponized it. And it would cause a huge earthquake to hit somewhere, or temperatures to get like over 200 degrees, and stuff that started catching fire and melting, or make it to where it'd be extremely cold and stuff would freeze. That's basically real, man. They actually have shit like that they be doing, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually have weaponized it at some point to other countries, whatever type of agendas that they had planned. This is why we need Yahweh Shem Yahushua to return, man. You know, and truth is springing out of the earth, man, because a lot of these people, the scriptures talk about how the Lord will lift up the skirt of the wicked, discover their secret parts, meaning expose them. You know, we're in another age of information is being spread rapidly. And the information that's being spread is what this true devil's nature is, and the things that he's been doing. People are seeing this devil for who he really is. Like, they're going out with all this Epstein stuff hitting. Okay, TikTok just got bought out by a U-ish small hat dude. You know, he took over, and now everything's censored. So people can't get on that platform and speak openly no more. They're going to different platforms. But the fact that happened, people are aware of it and what's going on. They're trying to control the media, control where you get your news information from, to control the mind and the emotion of the masses. At the same time, they're fucking with the weather, man. This shit is off. It is not normal for the first week of February to have a temperature that's going to hit 70 degrees. Okay? You know, so this is why, you know, we have to count our blessings, man, because there's so many things out there this devil's got up to try to kill us. It's insane. Like, it's really a miracle that people are even breathing and walking around. And I was talking with the lady too. She was saying how, you know, the crops in Florida really got hit bad behind this cold weather. She's talking about how a lot of the oranges just spoiled, because it's not normal for Florida to be getting temperatures cold enough to where it's snowing. You got iguanas falling off the damn tree. Okay, so this goes to show that the times living in, and part of it is plagues too. The Heavenly Father is judging this place, because what this is gonna bring, when you have a lot of fluctuations with the weather like this, it does damage crops, and even damage things that are already planted, ready, waiting to grow, because the temperatures are so abnormal. So what's going to happen is, because of the crop failure, behind them playing with this weather and stuff, oh, and then the stuff that's spraying, when it rains, it comes down on the crops. So that's more poison that people begin to ingest. You know, but all this is going to add up to bring in a great famine. And she mentioned that. She said that, she said, get ready, because there's going to be a famine. I'm like, damn, man. These people know, and she's not in the truth. She could be an Edomite. Like, she looks like an Edomite, but she might be an Israelite foreigner. Because she has a pretty cool spirit about her. You know, but a lot of these Edomites, they know though. So she could be Esau. But the fact that she's specifically saying that, man, that's the first time I just met somebody in public, or public setting, that's not in this truth, doesn't follow, you know, us brothers, GMS or Hebrew Israelites, that's speaking about underworld type shit. And she knew, man, and she's not the only one that knew. There's a couple of other older cats at work that was speaking about it. Everybody knows, but these niggas don't know. Niggas, you know, is only worried about, concerned about hood shit and whose girl they can fuck. You know, too busy fucking blowing each other away over dumb shit, committing adultery, and seeing how high they can get. Not focus on what's going on in the world, man. Now, fuck this damn Super Bowl. People talk about this damn Super Bowl. This shit ought to be one of the worst fucking Super Bowls of all time, man. They got supposedly this Momo Bad Bunny supposed to be performing, and I think he's rumored that he's gonna be putting on a dress. You know, you got that NFL star for the Patriots, Diggs. I think his name is Stephon Diggs. You know, them promoting their adulterous ass relationship. You know, and meanwhile, you got all these scandals coming out. Like, all this shit is fucking rigged. You know, you shouldn't be into all this shit. Meanwhile, they're doing all this bullshit, fucking with the weather. You know why they fucking with the weather? Coincidentally, this happens to be Super Bowl weekend. Okay, pay attention to the temperature Sunday. It's supposed to be 60 degrees. So people just got out of being stuck in a house for a week and a half because of how freezing cold it was. And all of a sudden, it's jumping up to 60 degrees, coincidentally, on Super Bowl weekend, to get people to go out and spend their money. And then they're breathing in this air that's all tainted from this fluctuation that's packed with bacteria and viruses. And watch how many people get sick. Because if next weekend is supposed to get back down to cold, that's not enough time for your body to adjust. And your immune system to adjust with the temperature fluctuation. Like I say, the bacteria and viruses, they multiply more when you take something that's very hot and you put it in cold too quick. Okay? So this is why it's imperative to stay hydrated, eat, you know. It's going to be hard to say, you know, don't go enjoy the weather, because hell, shit, I want to fucking get out to the damn park. I'm an outdoorsman, man. I like to fish. I'm getting into hunting. I camp a lot. I'm into making fucking shelters. I'm into all that, man. You know, a lot of Northern Kingdom brothers are into stuff like that. So that's just in my spirit. So I want to get out to enjoy it. I get it. But just be careful, be cautious, man. Make sure your immune system is way up. You know, and be prepared. Because I could foresee a lot of people getting sick. I mean, really sick. Because this is like the second time in a row that they're doing this. This weather is not natural, man, at all. You know, yeah, it may feel good. It feels cool, but hey, this shit is off. The scriptures also talk about, hey, even when that fella is brought low, you know, it says, roughly paraphrasing, no feller has come up against us, but the trees shall rejoice and sing. Meaning at the downfall of this devil, even the fir trees are going to break out and break forth in song, because of how many years this devil been polluting the earth. Like he purposely planted a lot of male trees, not by accident. Like he didn't do all this shit on accident, just fucking it up. Like a lot of this shit is sinister that this damn devil has done, man. Like he's specifically, literally planted, you know, vast majority male trees to off-balance things. There's actually male and female trees. There's a difference. And when you have too many male, the male trees are the one that's releasing the pollen. And that causes respiratory issues. Okay, asthma. You ever think about where the fuck asthma came from? They didn't have to deal with asthma in the ancient world. They didn't have lung issues. The air was clean. It was the earth was perfectly full with enough well-balanced male, female trees that produced oxygen. A lot of it. To the point people were naturally damn near giants. They were like, it was the average person was well over 6 feet tall in the times of Noah. But now it's bad. Like, you can read about it in the scriptures. Do you know that it used to take multiple men to carry grapes? I'm not talking about a box of grapes. I'm talking about a bushel of grapes. Like one bushel that you normally pull out of a bag of grapes. It used to take multiple men to carry that. Meaning grapes used to be the size of bowling balls or bigger. That is how things are supposed to be. That's how far gone this earth has gotten. Everything is weak. Everything is smaller. Everything is sick. And it's part of it for punishment for breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. And our people got knocked out of their power. So now the whole earth, the scriptures say the whole earth, the foundations are out of course. This is why we need deliverance, man. And awareness must be made to know what the fuck it is that's going on. People wonder, why this happened? Why I got all these ailments? Because we being poisoned, man. This shit isn't by accident, by coincidence. We're literally being poisoned. But these people don't be doing shit about it, man. They don't speak on it. They just go about their daily lives, man. Wake up, you got all this unnatural soot all over your damn car from shit that was supposed to be rain, but it's leaving all this damn yellow dried up residue. And then it dries up and becomes airborne. I gotta get the fuck up out of here, man. So just wanted to speak on that and share the warning, man, to be cautious with this weather change. Don't fall for the okie doke. They want people to get out and kick it. And they're probably gonna plant people in the public in different areas of gatherings and bars and places like that. I mean, I'm just speaking as a man of just knowing this damn devil, how sinister and sneaky it is. Got somebody walking around here that got something that can get you real sick and it's highly contagious. So just be careful, man. Keep watching what's going on with this weather. And keep the Heavenly Father first, man, and pray to Yahweh Shem Al Shai that He keep a hedge of protection over you, and in the times that be coming in, because there's more coming down the pipeline than just this. We're at the brink of World War III. So Lord's will, this end transit was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close out, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yal Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, and Tasha's truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopeful that pushing this truth and honesty and sincerity. Shalom.